Friends and subscribers, this is October 2012 and I want to do a brief video here for you on the new $100 note and 50, 20, 10, etc. that is coming out, and there's been a news report in Philadelphia, I believe, of a pallet or so of those new notes being stolen and before they go into circulation. Well, obviously they can't be used until they are in fact in circulation, but perhaps counterfeiters, working as they do, want to get a jump on the new technology that's in the notes so that they can replicate the process and be able to combat what the Federal Reserve and the Bureau of Engraving and Minting has put out with new technology. Now, we all know in previous videos I showed you that, of course, on the U.S. notes, the old notes, they had security features that I've gone over with coloring and ribbons in the note itself, by the way, which is mostly cotton and I believe 25% linen. And there's strings of colored ribbon in there and some other security features that I showed you about under a magnifying glass. You can see it much better. I went over the renminbi, the security features on it, including the metallic strip, which is key because, as you'll see in some of these links I've got placed below, the metallic strip in the new $100 notes, the new series that's coming out, is a step up in technology and surveillance and control. What it's rumored to have is the ability to put the issuer, the creator of the note, the first person that gets issued the note, in the strip. So, for example, if this goes into existence and it's a new $100 note, what it would have is it would have information in there, coded in there with nanotechnology that would say, okay, George Smith, your loan and the creation of this money that you withdrew from the bank shows that, yes, this note was issued to you, and then they can follow it through the system, making it more difficult not only to counterfeit, but also easier to track at airports and other public locations, and also in theory to combat large transfers of cash outside of the system. Now, this hasn't been confirmed, but there's many that speculate that that's what the new strip will contain, based on the technology that the company that consulted with the government to make the new notes actually does. What they're good at is that type of nanotechnology, or that social profiling technology that can be used actually for good or bad, so to speak, right? You can use it for advantage, or you can use it for surveillance and social repression. Now, we all know that with the new passports, they've got the chip inside of them, and this is a similar type of strategy to not only get you to opt into the system of having a chip and being trackable, and getting used to the fact that your ID, your money, and now even your own physical self is trackable. Now, we know that on a lot of trucks that carry cargo from one place to the next, they have boxes, these transmission boxes that will display where the truck is and if it's stopped, and the approximate speed and the health of the cargo that's in the truck or ship. This has been commonplace for many, many years. In the military, it's rumored that chips are implanted inside of soldiers or special ops so that they can track the asset wherever they're stationed and whatever project they're doing. Now we know about this chip on here. You can actually put it in the microwave and disable the chip. That is up to you if you want to do that, rendering it untrackable through the system. But in some cases, the U.S. consulate may require you to get a new passport if the chip is disabled. All foreigners that are working in China get a Foreign Expert Certificate book. This Foreign Expert Certificate book has some security features that are similar to a passport, but it's really used as an ID for China. It's basically China saying, okay, this guy here has been scanned and processed, and we know who he is, and this is our ID written in Chinese to back up this ID. Although there is some security features such as stamp and special inking, and of course they have their own metallic foil in there. Although it doesn't have the same technology as, of course, the new $100 notes will, it has enough security features where it's somewhat difficult to counterfeit, and that's how they operate. So it's going to be interesting to see how new money is issued, when it's issued, and how it's used. So to sum this up, the new money that's coming out, do you think it's acceptable that it will have the creation date, the person who first drew the money from the bank, and be completely trackable throughout the banking system? Is that acceptable to you, being a person that will be using money in paper fiat form? And what does that say about the future of precious metals? How far would they go to regulate precious metals if the precious metals market becomes overheated? Would it be possible for them to actually put into law a rule that would put trackable strips in all precious metals, bullion, and coins? Is that acceptable to be tracked and traced when it comes to your money, your earnings, and how you want to use your money?